Hi there, welcome to you. Can you hear me, viewers? Okay, thank you for responding with yes. I have an update for you because an hour ago I read a video about likely sale of ballistic missiles by Iran to Eritrea. Some viewer asked questions. They wrote comments. So I wanted to address some questions. Some viewers suggested as if ballistic missiles cannot be purchased by Eritrea, that it's impossible for Eritrea to purchase it. I thought of doing an additional video live chat for you to answer those questions. Perhaps you will be clear after watching the live chat if Eritrea can buy ballistic missiles or not, if Iran will be willing to sell ballistic missiles to Eritrea or not. Let me welcome the participants. First, we have a short live chat tonight, just 25-minute long live chat. 5 minutes past, 10-minute talk, 10-minute question and answer session. Uh, we have Simon, FBGNE, Peace and Love, Peace, Peach Trucker, Ibrahim Said, User, Elijah Kano, Debo, TE, Peace and love, Addis Unity, Yosedik, Drillville, Daniel, Lilo, Auto Africa TV, Galaxy Online, uh, Hailu RFNA, Mubarak, Interesting Life, Guracha, Enoch, AH, Maya. Two questions. Uh, if you want to know what I reported, do watch the video which I uploaded 2 hours ago. In that video, I told you about construction of facilities which are used to deploy ballistic missiles. I mentioned a location too. Location has been confirmed through satellite images. Construction of facilities has also been confirmed, but no images showing the actual deployment of ballistic missiles there. I mentioned with the Georgia's Eritrean Institute of Defense Headquarters, where these structures have been constructed recently uh, in the outskirts of Asmara. So there, possibly Eritrea could deploy ballistic missiles. Question is, if Eritrea is buying ballistic missiles, which country is selling the ballistic missiles? Obviously, there is one country, and that is Iran. But two important questions. Firstly, how expensive are ballistic missiles? Can Eritrea afford? Why would Iran sell ballistic missiles to Eritrea? Why? These are two questions. We have to find answers in this live chat, and then you can decide. Let's start, viewers. Tonight, as I said, short live chat. Let me speak for around 10 minutes, and then we'll finish the live chat. Uh, any African countries have ballistic missiles? Yes, Egypt has ballistic missiles. Libya also has ballistic missiles. What Tigray fired, I don't know about Uganda. What Tigray fired on Asmara in the second week of November 2020 war, those were long range rockets or ballistic missile type rockets, you can say. Ethiopia has been in possession of ballistic missiles in the past, but its capabilities were never confirmed. So Ethiopia is not a confirmed user of ballistic missiles. By the way, ballistic missiles are of different types: short range, medium range, long range. Short range ballistic missiles are being used by dozens of countries. Short range means they have range of less than 1,000 kilometers. So several countries have short range ballistic missiles. Uh, uh, a viewer commented in comment section that there is nuclear bomb type restriction on the sale of ballistic missiles. No, it's not correct. Those ballistic missiles which are nuclear capable, they cannot be sold. You know that those countries which have bombs, nuclear bombs, they develop carrier systems to carry the nuclear bombs to the sites where they want to hit. So they have three carrier systems. They have planes, which are nuclear bomb uh, carriage enabled. So they can use the planes to drop the nuclear bombs. Just like I think US dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Secondly, they have missiles. These missiles, ballistic missiles, they carry the bombs, they're fired, the bomb and the missile land the target, target destroyed. Third way of firing a nuclear bomb is from the sea. The country should have the capability to fire the nuclear bomb from underwater or from a ship. These are two different capabilities, by the way. To be able to fire a nuclear bomb from a ship, from a warship, or from under the water. You can say these are basically four main ways of firing the nuclear bomb. So those ballistic missiles, which are nuclear capable, which can carry the atomic bomb, they cannot be sold and purchased. But non-nuclear ballistic missiles can be sold, can be purchased. Several countries are buying, especially short range. When it comes to selling and buying long range, intercontinental ballistic missiles, obviously, there are restrictions and not every country can afford. So we must be clear, first of all, that if a country buys ballistic missiles, it's not that it was like a nuclear bomb type of acquisition. Firstly. Secondly, are they really expensive? Well, they're expensive not as much as they're claimed to be. For example, some Iranian systems, ballistic missile systems, cost around $100,000. I think they have Zulfikar ballistic missile system, costs around $1,000. So affordable, even for poor countries, affordable. Those people were saying, Sajid, Eritrea cannot afford to buy a rocket. That I mentioned this price for them. Most importantly, I think that Iran will be willing to sell these ballistic missiles to Eritrea at reduced prices. Why? Mansoor, my Gmail is always mentioned in the about section of my channel, SAJID 6720000gmail.com. So I think Iran will be more than happy to sell ballistic missiles to Eritrea. Why? Uh, did you watch Issa Savuki's recent interview? In that interview, Eritrean president mentioned three islands where foreign military bases are being established in Red Sea. I mentioned in and near Red Sea. I mentioned two islands in a video titled Eritrea in Danger 2 days ago. Isas Savoki mentioned three islands. Firstly, Zukar, which I mentioned in a video 2 days ago. Zukar is close to Hanish Islands in the Red Sea. Between Eritrea and Yemen is Zukar located. And we know that UAE is building a military base there. Not just UAE. Israel is there. Israel and UAE are jointly developing an airstrip naval base on Zukar Island. It's between Eritrea and Yemen. Secondly, Socotra Island. For years, UAE has been there Israelis have been there too, reportedly. Third island, which the UAE is building a naval base at, is Mayon. Mayon is close to, I think, Bab al Mandab Strait. And there too, Mossad is also operating in Mayon. Mossad is, Israeli intelligence agency. So on these three islands, Mayon, Zokar, and Skotra, UAE and Israel are jointly building military naval infrastructure. Eritrea are not happy, but Eritrea is not in a position to stop the two from building military structures there. Isas Work is speaking out. He is trying to involve Saudis. He's trying to involve Egypt, but he has not been able to create a front against the military activities on the three islands. Iran is the affected party. Why? If if on three locations, if in three locations, in Zokar, in uh, Mayon, and Socotra, Israel is sitting, it means that Iranian efforts to reach out to Africa and Europe will be obstructed. Iran, is under sanctions. It is exporting its oil, other exports to China and Russia. And for that, it does not need to pass through Red Sea. But if Iran wants to reach Africa, if it wants to reach Europe, it will have to pass through the Red Sea. And in the Red Sea, Israel and UAE are building naval bases, military bases. Shouldn't Iran be concerned? Yes, it should be concerned. Iran would like to have its proxies to support it in case of any issue in the Red Sea. One Iranian proxy is Houthi. Iran is arming them. Iran has been arming them, giving them drones, missiles. Houthis have cruise missiles too. They have ballistic missiles too. They have some air defense systems. They have drones, They have been firing missiles at Israel. If Iran somehow forges an alliance with Eritrea, it means it will have two proxies in the Red Sea, which it can then use in case of a security situation where its journey through Red Sea is obstructed. If Iran is stopped from using the Red Sea by Israel, by UAE, by others, Iran will be able to activate two proxies. One is Yamni Houthi, and the other is Eritrea. This is what Iran has in mind. That is why, if Iran is selling ballistic missiles to Eritrea, it's a strategic decision. I think Iran will be happy to sell these missiles to Eritrea at reduced prices. That's what my assessment is. It's not based on any intelligence. That's my assessment, that Iran will be happy to arm Eritrea. So, what we have been able to confirm is the construction of the sites where short range ballistic missiles could be deployed. Ballistic missiles have not been seen in Eritrea. But if you ask me, keeping in view the regional situation, I think that Iran Eritrea defense alliance is gradually strengthening. Iran is going to arm Eritrea. Eritrea has found a source of weapons at reduced prices. I have been saying that if any war happens between Ethiopia and Eritrea, it will be Iran versus Israel. There could be several other players too. Iranian entry into this conflict is relatively new. I mean, we're only talking about UAE's involvement, Egyptian involvement, Saudi involvement. But Iran has realized that its route through Red Sea is being obstructed by Israelis and Emiratis. That is what has chosen to arm ISAS. That's what seems to be the case. So, yes, Iran will be happy to sell ballistic missiles to Eritrea at reduced prices. Eritrea can afford to buy, I think. Easily it can afford to buy. I have just 5 minutes, then I'll leave. Well, you can challenge my analysis. That's analysis. Do write in comment section. Question me. You question me when I did a video. That's why I did this live chat. Question me more. Question my analysis. That's what engagement means. Mubarak says, are you a member or agent of ISI? Come on. Athiya says, it is far away from Socotra, but not far away from Zokar. Eritrea claimed ownership of Hanish, if you remember. And Zokar is very close to Hanish Island. It's not question of being close or far. It's question of being in the Red Sea. UAE and Israel are trying to establish their presence in the Red Sea. They're non-littoral states. Ajay Yaimer is in Socotra. Interesting, if you are there. What is happening there? Did you see UAE Israeli presence there? The islands belong to Yemen. Socotra, Mayon, and the third one, Zokar, they belong to Yemen, I think. But Houthis are not in control of those islands. Anti-Houthi forces are in control of those islands. I'm leaving, viewers. I said tonight's live will be 25 minutes long. So 25 minutes have passed. I'm leaving. Thank you for joining. Do write in comment section or with your questions, comments, or your criticism. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.